Welcome to episode 5 of my 12 Weaves of Christmas tutorials. In this video I'm going to show you how to make Willow Bunting. I really enjoyed making this video, it was one of my favourites to make. There are so many different design options you can choose from, and the process itself is simple and straightforward. In today's video I've got 3 different willow varieties. They're all basketry willows. I have black mole, Brittany green and Flanders red. The only tools you'll need in this video are a pair of secateurs and some string for tying up the bunting at the end. I've made a triangle with a 5-foot rod of willow. The first willow I've used is the black mole. It's lovely and flexible and nice and thin. I've decided on the overall size of my first piece of bunting and then made a triangle shape. I've been careful while I'm weaving to make sure that the structure keeps its shape by holding on to the structure with my left hand as I weave. In order to stop the willow from kinking while I'm weaving, I always go to the tip and keep a big arch as I thread the willow back through the shape. I made 3 large triangles to start off with, and I've measured each one against the previous to make sure they stay roughly the same size as each other. I've done a nice open and simple figure of 8 weave through these initial 3 bunting pieces. After I finished the 3 large pieces, I got together a smaller frame to make a smaller piece of bunting. This time, instead of having it open and wide between weaves, I've woven next to each other as I've woven down the shape of the triangle. This has given a totally different look to the first 3, but it's exactly the same process. To finish off the piece at the end with the tip, I've just woven it back through one of the previous weaves. That way when it's all trimmed up, nothing can come undone. I've made sure with all the pieces as well that I've always cut any leftover willow weaving rods against the frame. This way the triangle keeps nice clean edges. For the 3 smaller triangles I've used the Brittany green willow. It's got a lovely light green tinge to it and stands out nicely against the black mole. To replace rods as they run out as I'm weaving down the shape of the triangle, I just place a new rod going in the opposite direction to the one that it's replacing. There's no special adding in or tying off techniques, it's literally placed next to the old one and then carry on weaving with the new rod. I really like this way of weaving, it's nice and simple and the weave itself holds the new weave in place. For the 3rd and final type of triangle that I've added to this particular row of bunting, I've started with a tight weave at the top and then gone down to a more open weave halfway through the bunting piece. I've then finished it off with a tighter piece of weave again. All in all, each of the 3 triangles are done using the same technique. I've just added them in a slightly different way to give completely different effects at the end of the bunting. I had a really fun time after I'd woven a number of bunting pieces, putting them together on my table and coming up with different combinations of how I wanted them to look. I really enjoyed the different contrasts of colours and the different sizes of the bunting pieces. I really encourage you to be creative and just to play with different designs and different patterns. I even threw into the mix my mini reindeers from episode 1 of the 12 Weaves of Christmas. You could use stars, anything really. Have a play and see which combinations you like the look of best. Once I'd decided which of the bunting I wanted to add to this particular piece, I've laid them out on my table. I've used organic hemp twine to thread them all together. It's worth taking your time with this bit. It probably took as long to thread as it did to weave one of the triangles, but it's worth taking your time to do this part, because if you don't get it correct, it doesn't look right. You can do whatever you like with it, but there needs to be some kind of symmetry and it needs to flow. I really hope you enjoy weaving this one. Let me know how you get on. You can like and subscribe to my Creative with Nature channel, and if you turn on the notification bell, you'll hear next when the next episode lands. Happy weaving, everyone.